held his hand to the end. I was the last one he saw and the last one he heard. And then boom, it was over just like that. And nobody tells you what to do afterwards. Nobody tells you how to rebuild yourself after giving your all to keep someone else's life together. But this is my story, and this is for every caregiver who gave it their all and had to go and rebuild themselves afterwards. And trust me, you didn't do anything wrong. You might get these feelings like, it's not that you're happy that the person is gone, but you're relieved that this person is not feeling the pain that they was feeling. And I understand that's a strong statement, but it needs to be said. Because for the simple fact is, a lot of the times we give our care and the family may not understand because they're not trained to understand the things that we go through in order to help their family, you know. So this video is for every caregiver who is giving it their all and need that help rebuilding themselves back to normal. As some of you guys already know, that I was a caregiver for a man with Parkinson's. I helped him bathe, I helped him sit up, I helped him eat, I cleaned his home. I did things for him that I wouldn't have did probably for some of my own family members. We got close, real close. And I wasn't just a staff, he became my family. And he wasn't just a client to me, he definitely was family. It's probably hard for you to understand why I gave my all, or we as caregivers give our all to people. Me personally, I feel it's my duty to be a help in this society. And what I mean by that is, if the society can't use me, then I'm no good. When the hospital gives up, I stay. When the family get distance or lean, I lean in. And in those final days, he could talk and he can nod his head and he can give me signals. And he also helped me understand things even in that time that I didn't understand before. It definitely changed my life. We have children and we understand that children give us unconditional love, but you don't know love until you love someone who can't give you anything back but a look. When Marty passed, the house got quiet. There was no meds, no machines, no nothing. Everything was blank, no movement, just me and grief. And on top of that, I have children, and they looked up to Marty as well. And at the end of the day, we have to learn how to rebuild everything from the ground up. Now, I have my own apartment, always been independent, but beyond that, because it's not important, the most important thing is I was able to see somebody forward to the other side, and that means a lot to me. I was able to help someone cross over. You pour so much into someone else that you forget who you are and what your purpose is, because you're with that person for so long and you have so many responsibilities. And I understand that. My body was tired and my spirit was heavier than I ever felt. Nobody was clapping for me. There was no beautiful songs going on. There was no, hey, you did a good job. There was none of that. But when you do things from your heart, you don't need none of that. It's not even important. What's important is this, is that you were able to learn something and you were able to change somebody's life or change somebody's perspective for something positive. But we can't stay broken. We have to rebuild ourselves, brick after brick. Exercising again, I started journaling and I started praying harder. I looked in the mirror and I looked at myself and I said, he died, but you haven't, so you have to live. And I used to tell Marty all the time, like, man, you know, once you leave here, I'm still gonna have to be here kicking it and I'm still gonna have to go. And he was a real person, so he definitely understood what I was saying. We had good conversations. He, like I say, he was a really good guy, really down to earth. I don't care what you are, who you are, where you come from. There is nothing that can hold you back but you. There's nobody standing in front of you. There's nobody actively trying to hold you back, because at the end of the day, I know this might sound strange to some people, but I want to keep it real. In this day and age, we all are in the same category. We all pay bills. We all take care of families. We all You know, we have to be there for our loved ones. We all have the same day-to-day biology. Let me tell you something. Marty used to whisper, "Thank you, son," in my ear. And he wasn't the type of guy who would, you know, you got some men that like don't want you to know when their birthday is because they may be older, or they want to seem young, or they just want to live life as it is. That's what type of guy he was. But he gave me clues that he actually really appreciated me. And that's, for me, that's important, because it's not about being a caregiver, or it's not about, oh, I'm doing this for you, so I need this from you. No, it's not about that. It's about me having a lack of that growing up. I didn't have that growing up. I don't have somebody to whisper, "Hey, son, you're doing a good job," or "I'm proud of you," or none of that. So the things he told me, I took it personal. You know, other people might not take it that personal. They might just be like, "Oh, this is..." Hold on. I never seen anyone die, but his last breath was peaceful to me. I was even at peace. I definitely prayed before he took his last breath, and that was another thing that was kind of like, oh my God, I prayed, and then I got up, and then he took his last, I watched him take his last breath. But I prayed that, you know, he get accepted into a higher power, or a kingdom, a higher kingdom than what we are in. You know, this is a kingdom. This is a beautiful place, if we make it a beautiful place for each other. I sat there in silence because I couldn't afford to fall apart. I told him that I would be there to the end, and I stayed to the very, very end. I kept my promise, because I'm not going to give you any promises if I can't keep them. That's just flat. Even when there wasn't any money coming in, and I told him I might have to get a job, but I'm still going to be here for you. I'm never going to give up. I don't give up. I just can't do it. People have given up on me, and it showed me how things could go downhill within a person mentally when somebody gives up on you. The world don't stop when somebody passes away if you're a caregiver. Shift change still happens. People still need you, and you're still wounded. After he passed, I went home and crashed. I was empty. Sometimes as a caregiver, I wasn't just anxious and on edge because I had to listen for every call. I fell into depression, and I gained weight, and a lot of things transpired within that time frame. I actually lost interest in everything, and I didn't think people understood exactly what I was going through, so I didn't really talk, because when you're a man and you're a caregiver, first of all, I'm a male that's a caregiver, so I'm already looked down upon as far as my masculinity, as far as being a man. Luckily, I'm a strong man, and I don't put my masculinity in any category. I'm gonna do as I want, as I please, and if you don't like it, sorry. People think caregivers just wipe ass and hand out pills. No, we carry trauma, we carry pain, and sometimes we carry regret, because it's like, man, I could have did more. Because think about it, this person is dying right in front of you. So not only do you have to deal with the depression or whatever you're going through, you also have to look at this situation and be like, man, I wish I could do something more. I wish I could do something. You don't even know what you wish you could do, but I'm pretty sure people out there understand. If you're taking care of somebody that's dying and you see them depressed and stuff like that, I know you're like, man, like, what can I do to help? How can I help this person come out of this place in his life? But at the end of the day, we can't. There's nothing we can do. And it's scary. You don't just carry the body. You absorb their spirit. And when they die, a piece of you dies as well. You have to fight off the darkness. You have to be strong in order for the situation to not turn into a grave for you. So I started rebuilding with the little things, journaling, working out, talking to God, videoing my experiences, and really trying to put things in perspective for myself, because I gave my all to a situation, and knowing that the situation was going to end. But in my heart, I understood that I was doing something and for someone who needed me and who needed me desperately. I started creating videos, not for views, but to help other caregivers understand that you are not alone. And you, if you're somebody's patient, if you're somebody's family member, and you're going through a distressful situation, you ain't alone either. It is somebody out there that care about you. It is somebody out there that understands you. Look, check this out. Always remember this. When you're older and your kids go off to college or whatever the case is, you may feel like you're alone, but it's other people that's going through the same situation. Now, I'm not saying that that's good. What I'm saying is this: understand you, because as a child, I went through certain situations where I had to be alone, where I had to do things for myself. I had to be independent when I shouldn't have been. I should have been playing with toys. This work will stretch you, it will break you, it will grow you, but if you let it, it will help you mature, and you will actually make a difference in the world. And you might feel like, oh, I'm just doing this for a job, or it might just be a job for you. But at the end of the day, what you're doing is you have another person, a whole human. It's like having a baby. You feel what I'm saying? Like you have a whole person who depends on you. They don't have their own, they can't move and maneuver how you can. So honestly, I'm just gonna keep it real. It's hard to adjust to another person in your home. I understand that. And this is for the patients, the family members that's sick. It's hard to adjust to another person in your home. We understand that. It's hard to understand the other person, especially if you're paying them. You feel what I'm saying? Because sometimes you could take it as, oh, this is just a person's job. Things get hard. You think about a lot of different things when you're in need of help. And I remember when I was 14. Yeah, I was 14. I was in this place called Boysville in Monroe, Michigan. And I remember my parents didn't come visit me because they had gave up rights or whatever the case is. And they gave up rights because I was getting bullied at school, and I took a knife to school to try to fight the bullies off. And my parents were older and they didn't understand that. So they thought I was some kid that was being over, I guess they thought I was, just doing things just to do it, but I really wasn't. But they didn't understand that. They was older. They was in a different generation. So they didn't understand what I was going through. They had bullies, but the bullying was a lot different in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. I always tell my kids, they didn't have the same equality that we have now. They had to drink from different water fountains. And this is no knock to anybody, whether you're black or white or whatever. Look, check this out. It's a lot of people that's being raised with hate. It don't matter where you're from. It's a lot of people that are being raised to hate people. Maybe things were done to people in their past to tell them to make them give that energy to their children, or maybe they just some people are just evil. This is a world. We all are tribal beings, so it's a lot of different things that transpire with those type of situations. But a lot of people were raised with hate. A lot of people had to deal with that. A lot of people come from different generations. They don't understand being bullied. They don't understand you want to play the video game all day. That's like, they didn't have video games. I carry Marty with me now. Every time I show up with compassion, he's there. Right now, I'm doing this, he's there. I didn't expect for, when I did the video, I didn't want to do it at first. But I had already promised him that I would do it. And if you could see in the video, I was like, look, Marty, is there anything you want to say to people? Because as he was declining, I was understanding that it made me think about life differently. And I wanted to honor him past this, because honestly, we are souls. This is just a body, and our bodies get hurt, they fall apart, they get sick, And the soul is more important because you are an energy, and energy never dies, it transfers. So if energy transfers, that soul is going somewhere else, but that body is maybe going to the ground or is being put to dust. So at the end of the day, this is my belief. I can understand if you want to click off and you want to go, not subscribe and stuff like that. I understand that. And, hey, I'm not doing this for subscribers. I'm not doing this for views. I'm doing this for my own understanding, and I'm doing this for myself. So I hope you understand why I'm doing this now. Grief don't mean you're weak. It means you're loved. And when you love deeply, you gotta heal deep. So this is for every caregiver out there, male, female. If you held somebody's hand to the end, just know you can rebuild. Now, how you rebuild and where you start off from is nothing is easy at all. Trust and believe that. It's not easy. But you have to understand that a lot of the times, and this is just another real statement. If you sign up for something, you sign up for basketball in high school, then you gotta go play basketball. Simple as that. Ain't nothing I can really say other than you have to go and say, do what you said you're gonna do. That's simple. Understand that you have the power to rebuild, not just for them, but for you, for yourself. Comment below if you've been through something similar. And if you're a caregiver, hopefully this resonated with you in a positive way. If you're going through a struggle as a patient, you're in a hospital, or you're going through something that is life traumatizing, I hope and pray that you have someone to protect you, and you have someone that care about you in your life, because that's important. And understand that you are not alone. And there's a lot of people in this world who have been through things, and they can still help you, no matter the background and how they look and what color they are. You are still loved. Look, if you're having trouble, if you want to talk, if you need anyone to talk to, if you need someone that understands you, and whether you're a caregiver or whether you're someone who's sick, I am here. Here's my number, 502-676-9611. Once again, that's 502-676-9611. I am a prayer warrior, and I definitely will answer the phone and talk to you as much as possible, because just because, look, you may be older, you may be a caregiver, you might be going through something mentally, and you might need some advice, you might need somebody that understands you. I'm there. If you're a client, if you're a patient, or whatever you are, if you need somebody to help understand what you're going through, I'm there. Because like I said, I've been there. I've been in places where I had nobody, no help, no nothing. Nobody cared. Well, I felt like nobody cared. And nobody cared. So at the end of the day, I understand what it feels like to people feeling like you're a burden, if that make any sense. And you may feel like you're a burden, but you're not a burden. You just need someone to talk to and help you understand clarity. And always remember, a lot of people are not trained. Family members are not trained. So they may snap at you. They may get angry, Even a caregiver. Some caregivers might come in, if they're on a shift or something like that, they might come in a bad mood. Or, people have regular lives too. They go through things with their family members, with their girlfriends, boyfriends. You never know. My goal is to change the narrative. We need more male caregivers. We need more people that actually care. We need more people to sink their time into helping people. And I ain't gonna say the world would be a better place, because we're still gonna have murders. We're still gonna have people who do things that are nefarious to other people. I understand that in life there is an evil and there is a good, and we will probably never be able to balance that. But one thing we can do is we can look inside ourselves and try to be the best version of ourselves, whether you're male or female, and bring that best version out to help other people, because that's most important, man. If we help other people and we stick together, we'll be able to understand that there's a higher, better, more lucrative road as far as health on the other side. My name is John, and I really appreciate you listening to this video and taking the time out to watch it. Rest in peace, Marty, and rest in peace to anybody who's lost a loved one, the loved ones that's lost, and you know, and to all the caregivers and the people that's taking care of people. Like I said, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. I love to talk. I love to help, and I love to be there for people. It's important because but situations that I've encountered help me understand that we only, in this form, who I am right now, in this body, and this is just a body. This is not my soul, but this is my body. If this body gets the chance to be a positive influence, it can protect. If I can protect with this body, which I do a lot, I understand that I have a lot of duties with this body. When we all understand that we are souls, and we are really here to fulfill a purpose, if so to speak. If we understand that, then we'll understand each other a lot more. But I really appreciate you taking the time out to listen. There will be more raw videos, so subscribe. And oh man, I gotta turn some air on in here. I'm hot and I'm sweating.